the legend, the one and only, you guys. You know, it's so crazy because I was like, ancestors, show me, show me, show me, show me, show me what I need to see, right? And this is interesting. Okay, I'm gonna put a picture of Bob Marley up. You guys have seen Bob Marley, um, and I will put that picture up of him. Now, this man is a legend in so many ways. Um, One, he was way before his time. Um, Two, he was an old soul. Okay. Now, he came in this world, okay, um, to bring peace, okay, to bring love, to bring happiness, okay, amongst his people, okay. His people were the Jamaican people, okay. This he was born in Jamaica. Um, it's interesting because his mother, when I see his mother, and when I see Bob Marley on the spiritual realm, I see the Rastafarians surrounding him, okay, surrounding him, okay, and he is in the middle of the circle, right? Um, and they always been watching over him, the ancestors, okay, because he was supposed to come in and change um, the world in some kind of way, but one man can't do it alone, okay? One man cannot do it alone, okay? Um, and you know, it's interesting because I asked myself and I asked the ancestors, show me what I need to see because I've been preparing for this read. And I was told not to use cards, not to use shells, just go straight in, okay? Now let's do a bio on Bob Marley. Let's go to the backstory of Bob Marley. Bob Marley is a mixed child. Okay, his father was Caucasian. A lot of people did not know this, which his mother was a Jamaican. Um, and his name is not Bob Marley. Okay, but people called him Bob Marley. Okay, um, so let's go. This video is for entertainment purposes, but use discernment out here. Now I know his grandfather. His grandfather. Wow, his grandfather's coming forward, but his grandson just passed away. Okay. His name is Robert Nesta Marley. He was a Jamaican singer, magician, songwriter, considered one of the pioneers of reggae. He was the pioneer of reggae music itself. Okay. Um, his musical career has marked by fusing elements of reggae, um, soca, rocksteady, vocal and songwriter style. He was born in Nine Mile, Jamaica on February 6th of 1945. Okay, he died May 11th, 1998 in Jackson Memorial Hospital in Miami, Florida. Um, he has a lot of children. His parents are Noel Marley and Cedel Booker. Now, his father I see, worked in the Navy. Okay, the Navy. This is interesting. I see a British white man. Okay, I'm seeing like a Navy. Something that has to do with traveling over water. Okay, and then he met the mother. They had Bob Marley. Um, Now, if you would have been in his presence, he was an old soul. Okay, he was to come in to change, um, and bring awareness. Okay, and it's interesting when I look at him, in the metaphysical, and I see the ancestors, but not just the ancestors, his ancestors. I see the Rastafarians surrounding him, okay, in a circle, okay, protecting him. Um, and this knowledge of the Rastafarian way, okay. This was the Ethiopian way, okay. And when we think of Ethiopia itself, because it's talking about, say, Ethiopia, um, Ethiopia is where spirituality really came from. If you look at it in that kind of sense, in that kind of text, okay. Yes, we see 541. Yes, we see a lot of the Egyptian texts, but if we're talking about the real spirituality itself, it came from Ethiopia. Okay, Ethiopia, Selassie. Okay, even before Selassie. Okay, um, okay, this is what I'm seeing. So when I look at his spouse, Rita, he has had many spouses. But Rita, when I see Rita, she reminds me of his mother. That's why he fell in love with Rita. Rita reminded him of his mother, that caring, that nurturing, and always was there, always by his side, no matter what. Okay, that's why he married Rita Marley. Okay, because of he could trust her. Okay, a lot of things with Bob was about trust. He talked, but he wasn't really a talker. He was very observant. Even as a child, he was very observant. Okay. And he had knowledge and he gained knowledge throughout life, traveling abroad, meeting different people, and living the lifestyle that he lived. Okay. The Rastafarian way. Okay. It's very spiritual, the Rastafarian way. Um, and when he talks about ganja itself, okay, ganja itself, if we look at the word ganja, weed, has been used in many cultures, okay? Um, but what happened was the things that they're putting inside this has corrupted the marijuana itself, okay? Because the natural form of the marijuana was used to heal people, right? Not just that, it was used for ceremonies, it was used for different reasons, okay? There's a song that there's a lot of songs that I love about Marley. Okay, especially the one is the mystical feeling in the air. Um, he felt everything around him. Okay, he had clairvoyancy. Okay, um, he was an old soul, a truly a old soul. Okay, um, and it's interesting because what I'm seeing is they tried to take him out multiple times. Now, and I see a file, a CIA file, okay, on Bob Marley, okay, because of the people and the music that he had so much love from the people, okay. And you got to understand, there was politics with that was brought to his attention. He never wanted to. See, you can't mix politics. Um, and he knew coming in, he had to stay grounded. Okay, he knew coming in, the music industry. Okay, he had his vision. Okay, he seen the vision where he wanted to go, and it's interesting, but he never wanted to dabble in politics because politics are for the wicked. Okay, the wicked. Remember that politics are always from the wicked. Because why should one man, and he said this, I remember this quote, he said, I'll never forget it. Why should one man or one woman tell you how to live your life? That's corruption. Okay? Why should you have somebody tell you how to live your life? No. And he's right. Okay? He didn't want nothing to do with politics. At the time of his death, prior to his death, they tried to take him out. There was a political, and I'm seeing two Jamaican males, and I'm hearing MP and something else, two parties, okay? They were going up against each other, and they wanted Bob Marley to um, represent their party. And he said no. Okay. So that was the episode where we seen where they try to come in his house and shoot up his house. Try to kill him. They try to kill him. Okay. They try to take him out 10, 14 o'clock. But that did not work. And then he still got up the next day and performed. Okay. Because he knew they was coming. He knew. Okay. Great people that we have seen so many great people's life taken because of the knowledge. I mean, I could just imagine, because the aura I'm seeing around him is every aura. Okay, it's magnetic. Okay, it's that mystical. Okay, that song, that mystical. That's what I seen in him. Okay, even before pulling him. Okay, and I had to get into deep meditation and deep prayer. Okay, because the ancestors are with him. Not just the ancestors, the Rastafarians. Okay, yes, the Rastafarians. Selassie I. Um, this was a way, okay, a way of life, a way of living. Um, and it's not about religion with Rastafarians. It's about spirituality, and they understood that. Okay, the Rastafarians truly understand the spiritual realm. Okay, and they did not let everybody in. Okay, and the reason why is because of the way of the Rastafarian. A lot of people out here talk about, oh, I'm a Rastafarian, I live the Rastafarian way. Do you really live the Rastafarian way? Okay, because the Rastafarian way is a true way. Okay, it's a spiritual enlightenment, to even be looked at in that kind of way, because when Bob Marley walked in the room, he didn't see color. He didn't see what you had. He was not moved by this material world because he understood that this world was not a material world. It wasn't the physical world. It was more the spiritual world, which he understood the spiritual world coming in, and he was grounded. And there's something that he said that was so profound for the youth. He said for the youth of um, of black Americans, Africans, and it was so profound that a lot of people really didn't get the message. Okay, the message that he was trying to, because if you listen to any interview that he had, he knew that some of these people that were interviewing him was the government. Okay, he knew that. Okay, he knew he was going up against. He was a David and Goliath situation. He knew this. He was very aware of this. Okay, but he knew what he had to do on this realm had to be had to be um, had to be done. Okay, he knew that. He 1333 o'clock. He knew that. Okay, he knew that. Now, what's so interesting, he did trust. Okay, now there was a CIA agent on his deathbed that did a recording. He came in as a reporter. Okay, now I'm seeing the political party also try to get to take his life. Okay, in Jamaica, the political party itself, and the CIA was like, well, this man's getting too big. Okay, too big. And even to today, his music, it moves us if you listen to the lyrics. Okay, because he's telling a story through he was the storyteller, he was the teacher. Okay, and he's still teaching through his music, and all over the world he has touched so many people through his music. Okay, and he never wavered. Okay, but he knew coming in he had to be grounded. Okay, grounded the Rastafarian way. He knew this coming in. Okay, um, but there was a CIA that made a video and we all know about this, on their deathbed about, um, he came in as a reporter. Okay, he wasn't a reporter. He was an agent. He put something in Bob Marley's soccer shoes because they knew he loved soccer. Okay, to play soccer. Okay, um, and it got into his bloodstream and it made him sick. Okay, so what they were saying is he even went to Germany. Okay, because I'm seeing him going to Germany, other places to get medical treatment. Um, and they couldn't help him. Okay, because whatever was put in his soccer shoes that went into his bloodstream, was very lethal. Okay, and it wasn't like the first time this person has done this. Okay, so when it went into the bloodstream, okay, I'm not seeing cancer here. I'm seeing some kind of substance that went straight into his bloodstream. Okay, um, and it was crazy because one man alone can affect so many people in a positive way through love, right? Through true love. Okay, this man embodied love, embodied joy, embodied happiness. He lived his days like effortlessly. Okay, um, he brought joy to many people across the nation. Okay, I'm seeing people all over still today, play his music. Okay, um, and it's I see his grandson with him. His grandson crossed over like not too long ago. And all his children, he loved his children. He loved Rita. There was many other women, but Rita, was his backbone. Literally was his backbone, because he could trust Rita. Okay. There's a saying: "Choose your friends like you choose your fruit." Now I do see a Judas that was among him. Um, and he was very aware of this Judas. I'm not going to say his name, but he was a part of the Wellers, the group itself. But I'm shown to him as a Judas. Okay, a Judas is somebody that is fake, um, that was around him. Now they're saying the cause of his death. He had 11 children. I'm seeing, yeah, 11 children. The cause of his death. They're saying he died of melanoma, which that's not what I'm seeing. I'm seeing some kind of something that's going into the directly into the bloodstream. Okay, and it went through the soccer shoes. Okay, um, but the people that were really close to him, they didn't call him Bob. They called him, Nestle, because I'm hearing Nestle. Like what I got on Nestle. Oh wow. But the Bob Marley's name, his record label, he even had his own record label. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because he changed the way music was, and that's what he was here to do. Um, Not just touch people, um, through the music. He was supposed to touch people, and he honestly did, and he still is to today. Okay, there's a lot of songs that I love by Bob Marley. All his songs actually. Um, but he was way before his time. He was, how can I say it? He could feel energy. He was very Cancerian. He was a seer. I mean, you can feel his aura. Like his aura was so bright. Okay, when you was around him, um, and he left an imprint on everybody that he has came across. Okay, everybody, even people that didn't even know him. Okay, through his music. Okay, but I love how he said that, he never mixed. He stayed humbled and grounded. He knew coming in he had to. Okay, um, they told him this, okay? The Rastafarians. They took him under his wings. Um, and this was not just a spiritual, because he was going through his spiritual journey himself, okay? He didn't have all the answers, okay? But he knew life itself. You know, there's a saying, he says, make heaven, um, make life your own heaven, okay? And that's very profound. Not just that, there's many other things that he said that was very, very profound. Um, and wow, I just see him so surrounded in the spiritual realm, and he understood spirituality. Okay, he understood that this physical meant nothing, and spirituality meant everything. Okay, he understood this. Okay, um, so this is my read that I got on Bob Marley. Wow, and it's interesting because when I was trying to channel him, you know, I don't really want to talk about this, but he was a part of a group called the Wellers, um, and it's interesting because um, when I see him, he kind of reminds me. If you look at the biblical text of God Himself, right, and then you have all these people that are following you because of who you are, of where you're at spiritually, because he was at really high spiritually. Um, I'm seeing a Judas around him. Okay, the Judas that I'm seeing around him, I know who this Judas is, but I'm not going to say his name, but because it doesn't matter. Okay, doesn't matter. He's in a better place. Okay, 22:22. I'm timeline jumping here. Um, but he was aware of this Judas. Okay, um, he was aware of this false person that was around him in the group of the Wellers. Wellers, yeah. He was he was aware. He knew. Okay? And he's even saying he knows even because we live forever. Okay? So he knew in his in this dimension, and he knew when he crossed over who this Judas was. Okay? And this Judas knows who he is. Okay? This Judas has to live with this every day. Okay, every day reminded of a great man, because Bob Marley was a great man. Nestle. Um, it's interesting. His mother named him Nestle because I'm seeing, you know, the Nestle, the drink, the Nestle. Um, and I'm showing him actually drinking the Nestle, so he could have been loved the Nestle. And I'm also seeing porridge. He could have loved porridge as a child. Because that's what he's showing me. But just to be in his presence, um, spiritual presence, is peace, love, joy, profound spirituality. It's nothing like I've seen before. Okay, um, and it's crazy because he's always around his children and his grandchildren. He lives through his children and his grandchildren. And his grandson has crossed, and he has crossed his grandson over. Okay. This reading was on the legendary, because he was a true legend, Bob Marley. But I'm being told to call him by his name. Okay. Wow. Profound. Profound. Nestle. Now, I don't know Robert Nestle, but they used to call him Nestle as a child. And he had another nickname. Okay. Oh, I'm seeing them call him Piccini, like Little Piccini. He was always curious. He always wanted to learn more and grow spiritually. Okay. All right. This was my read that I got on the legendary. Robert Nestle Marley. All right, you guys. Love and light. Love and light, my beautiful souls.